The Spurs play before the hometown crowd here live in San Antonio, Texas. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge is joining us from the sideline. The Magic made a special trip here for one game back in Orlando for the next one. Still early in the season, but the front office and coaching staff likes what they are seeing from this team so far. Better winning percentage than last year.
And seeing where the Magic are, this season has to really become a wake-up call for them moving forward. If they didn't recognize before this year that they didn't have the talent to compete in this league, they sure as heck better recognize it now.
I'm sure they do, because it's obvious that the way this team is currently constructed just isn't working. Changes have to be made, and they can't wait too long to make them.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court for Orlando, inside we have Gordon and Vucevic. Grant is out there with Evan Fournier, and it's Isaac in at the small forward. Steve, both teams tonight love to run the offense through the post. Great dynamic, if you can make it work, that is.
Yeah, it's not bad if you still have an old-school back-to-the-basket guy that can score on the block. But what I love now is not a lot of standing. Back when I played, you still see teams cutting, setting screens, and a lot of backdoor cuts where guys get some easy layups when you play out the post right now. Just a lot more movement.
And so many defenses nowadays really not designed to take away that mid-range jumper.
If you go by pure analytics, there is an argument to be made for that. This time, doesn't work out.
And they're able to recover. Knocks it loose. 5 to shoot. Here's Vucevic. That one a little long.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
Outside Gordon. Off target from outside.
You know, the offense has just looked out of sync. Only 1 of 5 from the field.
DeRozan, solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet.
DeMar DeRozan's bread and butter. He has a great feel from the mid-range.
And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. They get Paul Gasol.
Well, you just have to love the skill Vucevic shows on the offensive end. I mean, he can erupt for big scoring nights if you don't keep him in check, and it gives you a little bit of everything from an offensive standpoint.
And the first one at the line is good. Guys, Vucevic doing more shooting from range the last couple of years, further improving his versatile offensive game.
Yeah, and when he was younger, he got his points by going to work on the block. Still can do that, but now prefers to float outside and stretch the defense. Very soft touch on that jump shot, no matter if it comes from inside or out.
And both free throws good for Vucevic.
That's a huge advantage, having a big guy who can shoot free throws like this.
Murray, the pass to Aldridge. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Steve, when we talk about signature shots in the NBA, what about Aldridge's fadeaway jumper?
Usually starts with him backing down the defender. He turns, faces up, transfers weight from all the way forward to all the way back. Add in the high release point, virtually unblockable.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
A 5-star recruit out of high school, Aldridge reportedly asked Shaq for advice about jumping to the NBA. Shaq told him to go to college. A couple years later, Aldridge is drafted the number 2 pick overall.
And so LaMarcus Aldridge nails them both. And regarding Aldridge, given his success at Texas, sounds like Shaq was right.
Aldridge just needed to develop strength, polish his skills. Hard to say where he would have been drafted right out of high school, but after 2 years of college, he went second.
Fournier's shot is off.
When you miss a lay-in, it sort of sucks the energy out of your team.
Oh, and the jam by DeRozan.
When DeRozan gets to the rim like that, you know how it's going to end.
Gordon a screen. Over Aldridge. And it's Gordon missing. Spurs leading by 4. Outside DeRozan. Shoots over Fournier. Off the left rim and out.
I can tell you right now, the coach loved everything about that shot except the result.
And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Rudy Gay.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
And Jaren Grant, 5 years at Notre Dame, redshirted as a freshman and helped lead them to the Elite 8 back in 2015.
The Irish had a high-powered offense, Kevin. A lot of shooters. A good preparation for him in the NBA.
And he can't get the first one. And he's good on the second. In the early part of the season, Steve, if the chemistry isn't working, what can you do to try to fix that chemistry issue?
You know, obviously the general manager and the coaches, this is where they have to be communicating amongst one another, and they have to have a great feel, because if it's not working, and this is where you have to look at maybe benching some guys or possibly trading somebody. But that's where communication comes in. You got to have it from management to coaching to players.
Players want to know, don't they? They don't want to be left in the dark. At least they want to know the lay of the land for it.
Most of the great organizations, the communication's out front, and that's what players love. They love the trust factor from management to coaches to organizations.
The pass to DeRozan. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. DeRozan's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Picked by Vucevic. Grant kicks to Fournier. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And Smitty, the 3-point shot last season, not the Spurs' best friend.
They rarely shoot a ton of threes, but the ones they take, they usually make at a high clip. They had a new starting point guard, and Kawhi Leonard only played 9 games. That won't help.
And that one misses.
Some people see Popovich as uncompromising. He can be that way, but working things out with LaMarcus Aldridge last year, just another great coaching achievement.
San Antonio making a switch here. Pirtle's checked in. And the second free throw, good. And with that Aldridge situation, Popovich said he was the first player to ever bluntly ask him for a trade.
And Popovich replied, Kevin, I'll be happy to trade you. You get me a talent like Kevin Durant, I'll drive you to the airport. Later, Pop says he was overcoaching Aldridge on the offensive end and took care of it.
The wide open look here for DeRozan.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Grant gets a wide open look. Good on the 3-point shot.
Yeah, love watching Isaac find the open teammate. Has great floor awareness out there and just knows when one of his guys has a clean look.
Now here's Gay. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Isaac passes to Vucevic, and it's off the back rim, no good.
And you just get the sense the whole period he's been a bit out of sync.
Yep, trying to shoot himself back into this. Regain some confidence first.
Grant against Murray to the middle, and finished off by DeRozan.
Keep your head on a swivel with DeRozan on the floor. He'll finish way up top with an alley-oop.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Havoc. Now here's Vucevic. He picked up 21 points in their last win against the Clippers.
His shot blocking dominated the game. His 3 blocks really had an effect on defense. And they could have used that trying to cut into this league. He's been off all night.
And it's DeRozan missing. The Magic trail by 5. Isaac passes to Gordon. Lays it up and banks it in. Gordon's got his first bucket in this one.
And I'll bet his percentage is pretty high from that range.
Murray against Grant. Right at the free throw line. Murray, no good. Orlando's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Isaac misses.
That's one of those where you think you've got it, you relax for just a second, and then you're kicking yourself.
Murray dishes to Aldridge. It's hauled in by Gordon. Well, Orlando shooting pretty grave so far, about 23%. Fournier and DeRozan sends it back.
With that leaping ability of DeRozan, he can go get it.
Here's Murray. He's coming off a 10-point game against New Orleans. Aldridge a screen. Murray kicks to Aldridge. And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Already his second foul here in the first makes it a tough decision whether to leave him in or not.
A different look now for San Antonio. Bellinelli comes in for Rudy Gay. And it's Mills in for DeJounte Murray. And a switcher also for Orlando. Bamba is checked in for Jonathan Isaac. Now here's Aldridge. 23 points for him the last game against New Orleans.
And we have to mention his rebound. It wasn't all about the offense. He battled his tail off down low. And with Mohamed Bamba, one of the first things you notice is that 7'9" wingspan. I mean, yeah, he's got to add more muscle on that frame, but he can use that reach already to make an impact at both ends.
He's off on the first. And with Bamba, in addition to his crazy length, you also get a player who's extremely smart.
How about getting scholarship offers from Ivy League schools, including Harvard? You can see him thinking on the court. He's deliberate in the things that he does. Bright future ahead for him.
Jonathan Simmons is checked in for the Magic. Augustine comes in for Jaren Grant.
And sort of known for that crazy length. Bamba's also extremely bright. Got offers from Ivy League schools, including Harvard.
Now, here's Bamba, following the miss by DeRozan. And a fast break now for the Spurs. And it's blocked by Simmons. Fournier against Bellinelli. Another miss by Orlando. San Antonio leading. And it's Mohamed Bamba with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Davis Bertans checks in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And the Magic making a change here as well. Ross is checked in. And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Orlando this season.
And just couldn't make the most of their meetings last year. Ended up splitting the season series. A chance to check out stats for DJ Augustine. How he did last season. Put up about 10 points per game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. Backup point guard, always an important position, and he fills that role beautifully.
Without a good floor conductor coming off the bench, your offense can quickly grow stagnant. He solves that problem well.
Now here is Pirtle. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. It's blocked, and he recovers it.
The main weapon in Bamba's attack, the slender long arms he possesses, helps him block lots of shots.
Outside DeRozan. Here's Bertans. They set the screen. Mills, a picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good. Mills has got his first bucket of the night.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Augustine, that's good.
Playing big, willing to go toe-to-toe against a guy who towers over him.
And did you see the separation he got? It's an art, creating that kind of space.
Now here's Bellinelli. DeRozan's shot is off.
Well, just think what's happening here. He hasn't found his groove, yet they still hold the lead.
And you got to give appreciation to how Hurdle punishes shooters. A dynamite shot blocker with impeccable timing. Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
You know what? At some point, you have to decide. Do you keep pressing the issue, or do you focus on setting up others?
Walker's checked in for San Antonio. On defense, San Antonio. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
The defender took away the airspace, crowded him. That changed the shot.
Bertans can't get it to go. Orlando trailing here. Bamba passes to Vucevic. Second shot opportunity. Bamba's shot is off. Spurs shooting just 35% to start the game. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I caught up with Greg Popovich. It's the first matchup of the season against this team, and he knows that they have great shot blocking. But he did say we've got to remain aggressive and continue to attack. Put the bigs in high pick-and-roll situations and shoot the jumper with confidence. They feel that's the key, Kevin.
And David, thank you. What do you think, guys? Smart to center their game plan around the opposing defense?
I kind of feel like you have to. This is an opponent so good at taking away the best weapon on the other side. So you have to be ready to come at them in different ways.
This is always an exhausting opponent to play, so it would be huge for them if some of their bench players could step up and contribute today.
A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for the Spurs.
You know, I like the strategy here, focusing on the high percentage looks, taking the majority of their shots inside, but their field goal percentage in the paint thus far hasn't been good.
Shots good by Mills.
All day, Mills will do this for you. Lightning quick on the catch and release.
Outside, Simmons. High post, Vucevic. Back to Simmons. Ross in the corner. Shot clock at 3. Over Bellinelli. No good from Ross. Here's San Antonio. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
And that was a shocker. Hard to believe that they dropped the ball, so to speak, on that one, and probably a tough pill for them to swallow.
You try not to dwell on losses like that, but hey, you can't help it. Hopefully, they'll learn something from that defeat.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And Mills kicks to Pirtle. Walker the pass to Pirtle. Here's the screen. Here's Bellinelli. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J. Bellinelli's got it all tied up now for the Spurs. Now here is Augustine. He's guarded closely. Vucevic doesn't go for him. Now San Antonio takes it the other way.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Pass to Pirtle. And Bellinelli kicks to Mills. Pirtle dishes to Mills. Got a piece of it.
He's hit a rough patch this quarter. He's trying to shoot his way out of it, though.
Vucevic to the pass to Simmons. Misses the layup.
Can't finish. And defensively, nice job of altering the shot without fouling.
Orlando's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Bamba passes to Vucevic.
And the missed opportunities for them at the line here early on.
This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line in the game.
And how about a year ago? 82% on his foul shot, so he was reliable when he went to the line.
Free throw drops for Vucevic.
You just have to be more disciplined. I mean, too many fouls and free throw attempts for the opponent.
And both free throws good for Vucevic. San Antonio's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Perfect vision. Mills getting quicker these days at spotting the open man.
And Augustine kicks to Bamba. Screen by Simmons. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Yeah, easy call.
For Orlando, they have hit 6 free throws in 10 attempts. First one falls for him. That one falls, so he hits both of them. 26 seconds left to play here in the first. Up top, Mills, guarded by Augustine. And here's Mills. 17 points in his last outing. Shot clock at 6. From the high post, and it doesn't even draw iron. It doesn't go for him. Nikola Vucevic firing on all cylinders for Orlando. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. The NBA game drawing fans from every culture, and Pau Gasol definitely feeling the Spanish and Latino community.
I always notice the fans that support us and make us feel, pretty much since I got to the NBA, all the Latino fans showed a lot of love and support towards me, so I appreciate it.
The game going global, and no better ambassador than Pau Gasol.
And as the players grow more international, fans from every country and continent, for that matter, finding more and more reason to root for the NBA.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And what do you guys think about the Magic here so far in this one?
Through that first one, they've turned this thing into a track meet.
Fun to watch. They give you no time to set up on defense, and we see that reflected in the score.
They've got Pau Gasol. Mills out there with Bellinelli. And it's Bertans in at the power forward. That's the San Antonio 5. Gasol up top from deep. Walker now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
A highly skilled passer. Pau Gasol is the rare true big that you can run an offense right through.
And Steve, even to this day, Pau Gasol can be a factor on the offensive end.
He's really developed range later in his career. You can still post him up. He can still pass it. He shares it. And an underrated competitor.
Outside, Simmons. Kicks it out to Gordon. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Gordon's got 5 now.
Serve and the defense there. He makes a terrific read.
Outside Gasol. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. It's deflected. Now Augustine. He's got 8. Here's Gordon. Got a hand on it. Now here's Mills. Pass to Bertens. And here's Mills. Bertens, the pass to Mills. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Magic leading by 5. Bamba kicks to Gordon. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Gordon's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
The shot from 20 feet away. Antonio gains possession. And a look now at San Antonio's upcoming schedule. On Wednesday, they'll be facing Hassan Whiteside and the Miami Heat. And then on Saturday, they'll be matching up with Chris Paul and the Houston Rockets. For San Antonio, they've gotten only 1 of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Walker the pass to Gasol. Shoots a fader. San Antonio again missing. And it's Orlando's ball. They've got an 8-0 run. Gordon kicks to Augustine. Screen by Simmons. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Smitty, when you were playing, the league tinkered with the distance of the 3-point line. Given the emphasis on perimeter offense now, should they consider moving it farther out?
Kevin, please not. No way. Guys are shooting it 4,
I had to ask.
5 feet behind the line already. Now if you move it back, then they're going to move back to half court.
I know.
Keep the line the way it is right now. I like it the way it is right now, Kevin.
It's enough of a challenge, don't you think?
Yes, it is.
He misses the free throw. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Davis Bertans. Gay comes in for Marco Bellinelli. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Walker. And it's DeJounte Murray in for Patty Mills. Then for the Magic, Isaac comes in for Terrence Ross. And it's Jaren Grant in for Jonathan Simmons. Good on the second free throw. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Murray kicks to Aldridge. Over Gordon. Here's Gasol. And he can't stop the run as he misses. Orlando leading by 8. Grant the pass to Bamba. Back to Grant. The offensive rebound. Gordon. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need the basket.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Orlando Magic has struggled to find difference-making players in the draft or in free agency. Their goal is to get younger but get better at the same time. And it's difficult to do, even in the Eastern Conference, but Orlando is determined to get this right. Kevin?
And the journey continues for them and a lot of teams. D.A., thank you. Grant against Murray. Gordon with the screen for Grant. Pass to Gordon. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, sometimes it just takes an opportunity in the NBA, and Aaron Gordon has made the most of it. Since taking over that power forward role full-time, he has shown remarkable improvement. Plays with more confidence and aggression on offense and has transformed himself as a player.
The free throw drops for Gordon. And for Gordon, in his first full season as a starter, he instantly became a star in the league.
And when he was taken 4th overall, this was the type of player the team was hoping he'd become. His outside shot has improved by leaps and bounds and always plays with speed and athleticism. And now I think he's got a much more fully rounded game, which makes him dangerous.
Here's Murray. San Antonio calls timeout. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
And that misses everything.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Now, here's Isaac. Gordon with a screen on DeRozan. Here's Fournier, and he connects on the jumper. The screen did the trick. Fournier's got his first points in this one.
Tough screen set there, and the defense was not prepared for it.
Down low, it's tipped and stolen by Fournier. Isaac passes to Gordon, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
I tell you, Isaac has great vision for a big man. Can see over defenders easily thanks to that size.
Now here's Murray. And there's the foul. It'll go on Jaren Grant. That is his first foul of the game. Well, the NBA has had 3 referee crews for quite a while. Steve, do you think adding a 4th ref would help in any way?
No, I think it'll get a little bit crowded on the floor. I would love to see, I know they won't go back, I love the 2 referee situation. I look at it right now, referee A calls a call, referee B calls a call. It just feels like referee C has to make the next call or get up far as even with the other referees. I would love to see them go back to a 2 referee situation. He's just gone stone cold this period, and it's bringing the rest of the team down.
Spurs trail by 14. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Yeah, momentum right now is against them. They're just going to have to figure out a way to ride this one out.
You know, easier said than done. What they need to do is string together some positive plays, try to turn the tide.
And it's Gordon missing.
And that's the look this offense is designed to produce.
Always frustrating when you do everything right, yet just can't complete the play.
Here's Murray. And it's Mohamed Bamba with the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Well, he has to be careful now. He doesn't want to pick up that 3rd foul this early.
So it's the Spurs now. They trail by 14. To the wing right side. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Murray. Over Grant. Aldridge tried to break free, and he didn't get quite enough under that one. Here's Isaac. Here's Gordon. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Now a moment to see the numbers for DeRozan. He's coming off an excellent season. He averaged about 23 points a game last year, 5 assists and 4 rebounds. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Well, and we've seen defenses try to adjust, but he has the intelligence along with the talent, just finds new ways to beat them.
The first one falls.
And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the 2nd quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the first.
Jakob Poeltl's checked in for San Antonio. And so he hits both. Spurs trail by 16. Murray left side. Gay outside. Back to Aldridge. Over Gordon. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. Orlando leading by 16. And he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
Extended the lead. This has been a great period for him offensively.
So far, he's hit all of his shots at the foul line, going 4 for 4. Vucevic checked in for Bamba.
One shot, mind the lanes.
Gordon, no good on the free throw.
Hurdle taken 9th overall in the 2016 draft. Has a great presence in the middle of the paint and can trade blows with the other big man across the league.
Here's Gordon. The rebound by the Spurs. When this game is done, they'll be off to Miami to take on the Heat. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. And it's Jonathan Isaac with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Spurs with possession here. It's a 16-point game. DeRozan against Fournier. Clock at 4.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Can't hit from the elbow. Here's Gordon. Nice D from Aldridge. And San Antonio shooting 27%. The offense is just embarrassing themselves. Fournier dishes to Grant. Picked by Vucevic. Grant kicks to Vucevic. Back to Grant. Gordon with a screen on Murray. Here's Grant. And the three ball is good. Grant's got 7 points. So it's the Spurs now, trailing by 19. Murray the pass to Gay. Now Aldridge. But they get it back.
That was very tight defense. He tried to force the layup anyway. I think that was a questionable decision.
The shot's good from Fournier.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Grant against Murray.
Hey, get Rudy on the wing.
Pirtle with the ball. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Gay. Shot clock at 5. Fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
Well, you see right there, Rudy attacks and maintains focus. He is a load to contain. And you watch Rudy Gay. When he's in rhythm, he can still help you out. Good athlete matchup for opponents.
One shot, gentlemen.
And Smitty discussing Gay, he seems better now at getting his points within the flow of that offense.
Experience gives you poise. It gives you a bigger view of the game. Gay's able to stay patient now and pick his spots.
And it's Gordon missing.
Right idea, but just too much heat on him defensively, even with the fadeaway.
Vucevic with the block. Shoots from the high post. It's rebounded by Aldridge. Aldridge has got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Pirtle. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Pirtle showing a little speed and some handles on that drive.
Grant kicks to Gordon. Screen by Grant. Now here's Vucevic. Tight defense on him. On the wing, DeRozan. He's guarded by Fournier. Nice D from Fournier. Magic leading by 16. Orlando moving the ball around. Picked by Vucevic. Here's Isaac. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Murray outside. He kicks to Pirtle. Here's Aldridge. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Grant the pass to Gordon. Got that bucket in no time at all. Gordon's got 17 now.
His temperature is rising. I mean, it is rising.
Aldridge a screen. Outside DeRozan. Fade away. No good off the back of the rim. Orlando's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the three-point shot tonight. Fournier against DeRozan, and Fournier kicks to Isaac. Over Gay. They get it back. Here's Gordon, and it's sent back by Aldridge.
Great effort there. Aldridge sniffs out the shot, sends it back.
And DeMar DeRozan the bucket on the assist from Pirtle. DeRozan's got 4 points in the quarter.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Fournier dishes to Gordon. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Vucevic. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Davis Bertans checks in for Aldridge. Bellinelli comes in for Rudy Gay. Walker's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Mills in for DeJounte Murray. Orlando also making some changes. Ross is checked in for Jonathan Isaac. Simmons comes in for Evan Fournier. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Jaren Grant. Now here's Mills. And it's blocked by Gordon. They get it back.
What you love about Jakob Poeltl is his size. A 7-footer who plays hard on both ends of the floor.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good.
And Pirtle is a massive guy, someone that uses his height exceptionally well to get high-quality looks at the bucket.
And he makes both free throws. And we've reached halftime in this one. Orlando out in front. They lead by 12. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Aaron, you all have played at a high level so far. What has worked for you?
We're just sticking to the game plan. You know, our coaches really drew up something good for us. You know, they wrote it out, and we're sticking to it, and we're executing very well.
Yeah, that's obvious the way you all have played. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports, the halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Boy, we have a lot to discuss. It was a closely contested first quarter for Orlando. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. The second quarter saw them extend their lead to 12 points at the break through some solid team basketball. Very few wasted possessions and a strong effort defensively. Shaq, what'd you think about the Magic?
Well, the perimeter shooting is the reason they're ahead. I think we'll probably see more of that in the second half, especially if they can stay hot. Man, that's so hot, I got to take my suit off.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about the Spurs?
They're not getting to the line or putting enough pressure on the defense. They have to be much more aggressive pushing the basketball, going hard to the rack. Because if you want the refs to make a call, put them in a position to make a judgment call. If you're not creating opportunities for contact, you have no chance of picking up points at the line.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. A fantastic game from Aaron Gordon in this one.
Yeah, and the fact he's posted a double-double with about half the game left to play, that's impressive.
He's been one of, if not the hardest worker over the first 2 quarters. His tenacity has been the difference.
Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. Magic leading by 12, and so in the game for the Magic, inside we have Gordon and Vucevic. Fournier out there with Grant, and it's Isaac in at the small forward position. Left side Fournier, it's stolen by DeRozan. Here's Aldridge, he's on target from 8 feet out. Aldridge has got the first basket of the third quarter for the Spurs.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Isaac passes to Gordon. Basket good. Gordon's got 19 points. And here is Murray. And Nikola Vucevic is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Grant against Murray. He feeds it to Gasol, and Gasol slams it in.
With authority, Pau Gasol turns up the aggressiveness. Always a good sign for this team.
Vucevic a screen on Murray. Grant kicks to Isaac. Vucevic down low, defended by Gasol. Vucevic with the bucket.
I'm not sure if he was trying to show off or what, but when you're that open, you got to go straight to the basket. The fadeaway was clearly a bad choice.
Now here's Aldridge. He has 6. Out to DeRozan. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Here's Grant. From down in the low post, it goes. Grant's got 9.
And really the story of the half, one team shooting it lights out. The other, the lights are just out.
You know what? It's 2 competing philosophies. One team playing it close to the vest, the other fast and loose.
Now here's Gay. Kicks it to Aldridge. Back to Gay. 3 on the clock. The three-pointer no good. Orlando leading by 14. High post Vucevic. Rejected by Gasol.
And for his career among active players, Pau Gasol top 3 in block shots.
And when you look at Evan Fournier, he's just a reliable source for points whenever he's on the floor.
Yeah, and Fournier is a bit of a quiet scorer. I mean, he always ends up with a lot of points, but doesn't tend to wow you with any individual plays. Terrific shooter who just makes the most of his touches and his minutes whenever he's on the floor.
One shot.
Smitty, looking back in your career, what's the most pressure you've felt in a game?
You know, I think the most pressure, you love to be in those games. I think that's when you strive. I think the most pressure I ever felt, and it wasn't a playoff game, Kevin, or a championship game. It was that very first game as a rookie, because that game you had nothing to compare to, and it was everything you dreamed about. And that first game, you were finally saying, for me, I couldn't get it out of my head. This is my first NBA game. So I think that was the most pressure game I've ever played in. The wheels have come off a little bit leading up to this timeout. He is taking some low percentage shots, and it's killing the floor of their offense. More motion, more ball movement, that should lead to better looks for him and for the entire team.
And here's a look at the stats for Pau Gasol. He had a strong showing last season. Put up about 10 points per game. 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. And for a reserve big man, not a big drop-off when he checks in the game.
Totally. You want your team to at least hold court when the reserves come in. He definitely keeps you solid up front.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well. And it's just one of those days, guys. He has just struggled to shoot the basketball.
And finished off by DeRozan.
Finding the man who broke free. The great vision of Pau Gasol making that play happen.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Habit. Foul on the play. Basket counts, so it'll be a three-point play chance.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
And Pau Gasol really on the tail end of what has been a Hall of Fame career. He's a 2-time champion, international star. Nothing left to prove, but still manages to put up points with his sharp approach to the game.
Bamba is checked in for Orlando.
One shot, mind the lanes.
Gasol, no good on the free throw. And with Pau Gasol, even after almost 2 decades in the league, Greg, he is still a very effective player.
You know, Pau just never seems to get credit for how smart a player he is. When he makes a play on offense, he knows exactly how a defense will react, what will open up, and what the best options are. Kobe knows just how great a teammate Gasol is, and Gasol's knowledge of the game really on an elite level.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. Here's Aldridge, and Aldridge slams it in.
Wow, Aldridge attacking the rack. I love it.
Now Bamba. Gordon a screen for 3. Fournier knocks down the 3 ball. Fournier's got 6 in the quarter.
They were so much better in the first half defensively, fighting over screens, quick rotations. We're seeing none of that right now.
Now here's Gasol. He's got 6. Can't cash in from the high post. Feeds to Gordon. To the wing on the left. Isaac kicks to Fournier. Gordon a screen. Jumper off the screen. Fournier's shot is off. Spurs trail by 14. Aldridge the pass to DeRozan. Shoots over Fournier. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Gordon's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Grant against Murray. Grant outside. No good. Shot missing. Murray with the defensive effort. San Antonio's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half.
And I bet you'll never see too many guys who can put forth an effort on the boards like this one.
He takes pride in how he crashes the glass. No one is getting in his way when he's in that area.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. The NBA always evolving, Steve. What do you like to see in a big man coming through the ranks these days with the kind of game we've got in front of us?
Well, I think right now a lot of these big guys, they have to be versatile, especially on the defensive end. We talk so much about the big shooting threes, but I think big guys right now got to be able to switch on pick and rolls, being able to guard the smaller guys, and I think all to have that toughness. But I would love, Kevin, to see somebody come in and just dominate on the low block, and our entire game changes because this guy can win a championship being a low post player.
But you really think that's going to happen?
No, not at all.
4 on the clock. Orlando leading by 15. Inside, Gordon dishes to Grant. And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here. The Spurs making a switch here. Berton is checked in. And a switch here also for Orlando. DJ Augustine's checked in for Grant. Orlando moving the ball around. Simmons sets a screen for Augustine. 5 to shoot. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight. Jakob Poeltl's checked in for LaMarcus Aldridge.
One shot.
And Augustine no good on that one. Spurs trail by 17. Here's DeRozan. And DeRozan throws it down hard.
That move from DeMar DeRozan was nasty. Great play.
Now here is Augustine, covered by Mills. Outside Fournier. And DeRozan sends it back. Here's Bertans, defended by Gordon. Augustine with the steal. Right at the free throw line. And Poeltl pulls it down. Poeltl's got 7 rebounds in the game. Got that bucket in no time at all. DeRozan's got 6 points in the quarter.
The aggressive mindset of DeRozan catches and shoots without hesitation.
To the middle. It's tipped. That's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will retain possession. Here's a look at the schedule for the Orlando Magic. On Monday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then on Wednesday, they'll be playing against Blake Griffin and the Detroit Pistons.
And for that matchup with the Wizards, that's where you have got to bring your A game, especially when you know you're going to be fighting an uphill battle all night long.
And the Spurs with possession here. Following the miss by Evan Fournier. Bertans passes to Poeltl. Here's DeRozan, and finished off by DeRozan.
He's on a roll. Can't let DeRozan get into rhythm. He will torch you all night.
Orlando leading by 11. Left side Fournier. Nice D from DeRozan.
Looking a little tentative on a very makeable shot. And this one was uncontested.
No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Now the pass to Bamba. And it's in there. Bamba's got 6. San Antonio's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And Bellinelli kicks to DeRozan. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Now here is Augustine, covered by Mills. They set the pick. 6 to shoot. Here's Fournier. San Antonio with the rebound. Poeltl's got his 8th rebound here tonight. And Bellinelli kicks to Poeltl. Bertans, the pass to Mills. And it's going to be a 3-second call. And here's a look now at the shot chart showing the field goals attempted locations for Vucevic.
Well, they're going to have to look elsewhere for points because he has pulled a Houdini and completely disappeared from the offense in this one. Just no production from him, and nothing seems to be in rhythm for him right now. It's just not his night.
And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Walker's checked in for San Antonio. Terrence Ross is checked in for the Magic. On defense, San Antonio. And Simmons kicks to Augustine. It's deflected. Gordon the pass to Bamba. Just 5 to shoot. And it's Gordon missing. Spurs trail by 11. Walker with a clean look and a miss there on the triple.
If you're trying to keep the defense honest, that's the one you really have to make.
And yes, it's good. 23 points for Aaron Gordon.
He's been locked in all quarter, really finding his rhythm.
Bertans kicks to Mills. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
The thing is, you want to do everything you can to help your team, and sometimes you just try to do too much.
Augustine, that's good. Augustine's got 13 points.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Now here's Mills. Pass to Bertans. Back to Mills. A 3-ball. Rebound by the Magic.
Yeah, you love the solid screen, but what you hate is just the inability to finish.
You can see he's frustrated with that one. Knows it's up to him to make that play.
Augustine passes to Gordon. Over Mills. Again, the Magic score.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Yeah, this lead has snowballed. Credit their killer instinct for piling on.
Now here's Mills. Goes up to the stripe, and Bamba pulls it down.
And that can't happen. Missing the wide open chip shot.
A man who's making a living out of stretching the floor, being in the right position. Certainly that's Patty Mills, Steve.
He's played with the best. He's learned from the best. Over time, he's become a better facilitator. But his bread and butter is that jump shot.
Spurs trail by 17. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's the screen. Bertans inside the line. That one wide left. Orlando's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. They're 6 of 13.
He's been making plays all quarter on a terrific hot streak, helping to build out this lead.
And Mills kicks to Bertans. On the wing, Bellinelli. Walker the pass to Bertans. Ross against Bellinelli. Back to Bertans. To stop the run. And it's Patty Mills with the 3. Mills has got 7.
Hitting only 1 of 5 this quarter. He's in a little bit of a slump, but it looks like he's trying to shoot his way out of it.
Now here is Augustine. D right on him. Passes it to Gordon. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And it'll be his 4th time going to the free throw line in the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And Orlando making a change here. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Magic lead by 17. And we're just moments away from the start of the 4th quarter. Stay with us. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. They've got Bellinelli. Rudy Gay is out there with Pirtle, and it's Mills, and it's Walker in at the 2. That's the San Antonio 5. Pirtle's shot is off.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
And it's Gordon missing. Spurs trail by 17. Now here is Pirtle. Bellinelli passes to Mills. It's tipped, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Simmons.
Just active defensively here, being extremely disruptive.
You know, I love the effort just to get a hand in there. He is disrupting the offensive flow.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Pau Gasol is checked in for Pirtle. Aldridge comes in for Marco Bellinelli. And it's DeJounte Murray in for Patty Mills. Jonathan Isaac, he's checked in for the Magic. Now here's Walker. He's covered by Isaac. 4 on the clock. Steps back and shoots. No good off the front iron.
And this is a guy that can get you stops. Aggressive on the defensive end.
Also doing a good job of tracking the ball, contesting the mid-range jumper as well.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
With this big of a deficit in the score, you think the losing team would be playing harder. Nope, the opposite.
Here's Aldridge. After the made shot from Nikola Vucevic. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And Jonathan Isaac making progress, but he was drafted knowing he had a lot of work to do.
Yeah, and you really shouldn't try and compare Isaac to the rest of his draft class. He's going to be on a different timeline as far as his development goes. Might take longer for him to be ready, but the payoff, man, is really high.
And he knocks down the first one. Steve, more and more we're seeing NBA players speak out on societal issues. Do you think it's gone too far in any way, or do you think it should go even farther?
No, I think players should speak up. I think in all, all our 4 major sports, and in any possible way, I think guys should get a chance to weigh in on what they feel individually. Freedom of speech, and I think our players is just like everybody else. You have freedom of speech. You should be allowed to speak up on issues.
Now here's Murray. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
He turned on the Jets. As soon as he got that screen and went right to the hole. Great decision making there.
One shot, mind the lanes.
Free throw good, Murray. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. Grant dishes to Ross. It's good from long range.
When he gets a good look at the basket, Ross has no problem drilling a 3.
Spurs trail by 21. Murray outside to the inside. Looking to get it going. The second chance effort, Aldridge. And Aldridge slams it in.
And the defense out of position on that possession, which allowed for him to get that offensive board.
Well said. Yes, he did. You're right, Greg. That's a tremendous jam on the putback.
You know what? When you don't box him out, he will burn you for it. He threw that putback down with the authority.
The Orlando Magic come into this one after the win against the Clippers. Murray kicks to Aldridge. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Shoots over Isaac, and another basket for San Antonio.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime? Much more effective here in the second half.
Picked by Vucevic to the left wing. No good on the shot. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. To the paint. Here's Gay. The shot's good on the assist by Walker.
Nice play. Gay with the quickness to get in close and the size to close the deal.
And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Especially at that kind of height disadvantage. You're looking to score the ball or at least draw the foul.
And the Spurs making a change here. DeRozan's checked in. Orlando also making some changes. Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for Ross. And Evan Fournier subbed in for Jonathan Simmons.
Mind the lanes. One shot.
The free throw drops for Grant. Steve looking around the league. Name a few current players who you think will go down as the greatest in their franchise's history.
Well, the one name that comes to mind first is LeBron James. In several franchises he's played for. Also, Dirk Nowitzki. Reason why he's a fantastic player. He's only been with one franchise, the Dallas Mavericks. I think Steph Curry. I think Russell Westbrook. And I think James Harden. Obviously, in Houston, you have Akeem Olajuwon. He has a chance if he can win the MVP and keep playing at this level for several more years.
Good examples. Now, here's Aldridge. After the miss from Vucevic, the feed to Gay. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. 5 on the clock. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Gasol passes to Murray. And poor shot selection there. Not a high percentage look for him. Magic leading by 18. Here's Grant. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And Grant drops them both. Player podcast, something we're hearing more of, and it's a growing trend. Good idea, or do you think it could get some guys in trouble?
Kevin, well, some guys, it does a good job of helping their brand, and we love to see guys getting a chance to do other things off the court. And then there are some guys who get a little loose, and they reveal some secrets, or they say some things they wish they could take back. So I think it all comes down to the individual. You gotta understand media before you try to jump out and start doing these podcasts.
Well said. And here is Gasol following Evan Fournier's 3. Aldridge with a screen on Fournier. Here's DeRozan, and he connects on the jumper. The screen did the trick. DeRozan's got 12 points in just the second half. Fournier against DeRozan. Fournier dishes to Grant. Pass to Vucevic. And that one drops. Vucevic has got 6 points in the quarter.
Now that's where you like your shots to come from.
Murray against Grant. Aldridge a screen to the inside and stolen by Gordon. DeRozan against Fournier. Grant with the ball. Back to Fournier. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Magic need to get a shot off here. He tries for 3. The shot off that time. Murray with the defensive effort. Down low. And Pau Gasol, the bucket on the assist from DeRozan. That's now 8 points for Pau Gasol.
The veteran leadership of DeRozan makes the right read, drops the dime.
And Fournier kicks to Grant. Vucevic a screen on Murray. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
Oh, such a beautiful pass to set that one up.
Yeah, the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry. Now here's Murray. Aldridge a screen. Stolen by Grant. When we look, Steve, at big stats like double-doubles, triple-doubles, are we becoming too enamored with that versus how it might affect winning?
No, I think we're always going to have those double-doubles and triple-doubles. I just think right now when you look at it, so many more possessions in games. That's why we're having guys average a triple-double or having more double-doubles. But he also give those guys credit. The game and those players, they're just better right now, and they're more equipped to be versatile. But I do think we still got to keep the emphasis on winning when a guy can get a triple-double in wins versus in losses or double-doubles or any kind of stats. I think that should be a category of his own.
Orlando's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. Shot by Gordon, wide open. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
And every set they're running looks like it's designed to produce a triple.
Interesting approach coming down the stretch. Looking to rack up points in chunks.
Now here is Aldridge. And he drops it in from the low post. Aldridge has got 12 points here in the second half.
You know, as ice cold as he was in the first half, that's how hot he has been since the break. No one can match up with him right now.
And the foul called on Pau Gasol. That's his third foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
A different look now for San Antonio. Dante Cunningham's checked in for Aldridge. Davis Bertans comes in for Rudy Gay. And it's Mills in for Murray. The Magic also changing it up. Mozgov, he's checked in for Vucevic. And Martin subbed in for Isaac. Now, here's Grant. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over Mills. And DeMar DeRozan pulls it down. DeRozan's got 6 rebounds in the game. Mills passes to Bertans. Gordon with the defensive effort. Stripped it away. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. We hear the term empty stats every once in a while, Steve, usually referring to great production on a bad team. How valid do you think that theory is?
It is. A lot of guys you see are averaging, you know, these numbers, and players look around, and you know the players you're saying, unfortunately for him, those numbers are empty stats because there are a lot of times these numbers are found in when the game is decided. And a lot of times on bad teams, you see these guys going for numbers. Then you get a chance to see them play on good teams, and those stats just don't match up.
Good explanation. Jakob Poeltl's checked in for the Spurs. Walker comes in for DeMar DeRozan. Terrence Ross is checked in for the Magic. Augustine comes in for Jaren Grant. Both good from the line that time. And Orlando has possession. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. Augustine dishes to Mozgov. And there's Augustine. That's good on the assist by Mozgov.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
And Mills kicks to Poeltl. The pass to Walker. Back to Poeltl. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Now here's Mills. Guarded by Augustine. 3-pointer. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Here's Fournier. For star players, even after a loss, Steve, they're asked to give press conferences after the games. Talk about how difficult that is for a player in the moments after a very difficult defeat.
And this is where you have to use your teammates and obviously your PR guys around the team to help you and obviously gather yourself. before you get a chance to go in there, because it's tough. You're running high with emotions and sometimes the wrong type of emotions.
Yes.
But I also, Kevin, would love to see on the media side, there are some questions I just don't agree with. I think you should get a yellow card when you ask a dumb question, and if you get a red card, you can't ask any more questions for that series.
I think you'd be handing me cards after everything I say. I'd have a pile of cards in front of me.
Kevin, not at all.
Now here is Augustine. He's covered closely. Picked by Mozgov. Shot off the pick. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a 3-point opportunity.
2. Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Well, we know a lot of NBA players take how they've been rated in a video game, Steve, personally. You've made digital appearances during your career. Did you ever have any issues with the ratings?
No, I didn't. And I think now these players, I grew up in this generation with video games, so yes, they take it personally. They understand, and they're playing these games while they're in the NBA. So a lot of them, just like when the media is all over them, they want to have a say-so on how good they are, even in a video game.
And it's the Magic with the ball after the basket by San Antonio. There's 1:38 left to play in the final quarter. Bamba setting the pick for Fournier. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
One could argue that's a good shot, but maybe not the right shooter to take it.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Magic.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Aaron Gordon.
What I like that he came ready to compete in this game, but he did it under control. Tremendous poise, never seemed to be in a hurry, just played the game the right way.
Here's Fournier following the bucket by the Spurs. Excellent use of the screen that time.
Tremendous effort here on the road. That plane ride home is going to be sweet.
They better have some extra goodies on that plane, because after this blowout, they deserve to be rewarded.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. With Evan Fournier. Hey, Evan, does a win like tonight's against this kind of competition show you how far you've come as a team?
Yeah, sure. You know, we obviously showing progress. But we want to be a very good team. We are very ambitious.
Nothing wrong with a little ambition, Evan. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.